Welcome back to chapters 10 and 11 for Light of the Jedi. Chapter 10 brings us back to the Te'ami scenario, where her and her squadron of Jedi Knights and Joss and Pika on the Republic Longbeam are trying to save the Fruited Moon from being hit and to save the people on board the Legacy Run fragment. Here it's interesting because we always expect a solution from the Jedi, that the Jedi are going to find the way. And in other cases they do, but here it's just the regular people, Joss and Pika, that come up with the plan. The Longbeam has magnetic clamps that attaches it to other ships or structures. And Joss wants to fire the clamps at the Legacy Run fragment, and it being attached to a strong silk material to catch it and slow it down to anything less than near light speed. They're going to be traveling in the opposite direction with the engines working to their limit. And when I first read it, it sounded like fishing with a net is basically their plan. And slowing the Legacy Run fragment down to anything less than light speed will reduce all the damage that it would cause if it does hit the Fruited Moon. It's a huge risk, and no one knows if it'll work. The Jedi are almost out of fuel, and the Republic Longbeam is coming close to it as well. But they have enough resources to attempt Joss's plan, and the Jedi are on board with it. It's the only sound thing that everyone's agreeing to. So Te'ami and her squadron will need to use the Force to try and slow down the fragment as much as they can, and also hold it together. It seems like it'll be very exhausting on the Jedi, and the chapter ends with them speeding towards the Legacy Run piece. Chapter 11 places us in space with 2 passenger ships and 2 cargo freighters, and there are 3,500 people aboard. They vaguely followed Minister Ika's evacuation order from Chapter 3, and they thought they were at a safe distance. Or maybe they thought the projectiles would pass through and they could return back to Hetzel Prime. Whatever the reason, they stayed within the Hetzel system. In less than a blink of an eye, the ships vanished, replaced with 4 slowly expanding balloons of fire and vapor and shredded metal and molecular remnants of the thousands of people aboard. Lives are still being lost, and it's a reminder that the threat isn't over, and it's everyone in the system whose lives are at stake. And then the novel cuts to Avar Kriss on Third Horizon. It's a strong reminder that the Jedi and the Republic effort have a sense of duty in the face of danger to save lives, because Hetzel is part of the Republic too. It's a great message, even in real life, that there are those who would put other people's lives before their own. Avar Kriss senses all of what is happening in the Hetzel system through the Force, and there are constant disturbances. She senses Hetzel Prime surface being hit and causing tsunamis and life-taking floods, and it almost overwhelms her Force sense, but she stays in focus and notices it was a missing note. There was a hole right in the middle of her awareness, something she was not hearing, something the Force was trying to point out to her. And then it goes on to say, and if she could not find a way to hear it, she believed everything they were doing here might, in the end, mean nothing. But she doesn't just break down. No, Avar Kriss opened her spirit and listened. Thank you for watching, and keep an eye out for more of Light of the Jedi. I hope you enjoyed.